The fucking sports.
Yes, indeed. YouTube Tuesday, YouTube Tuesday night. You know what it is. EJ the DJ that already said it. Say it again, EJ. Tell them what it is.
Fucking sports.
It's motherfucking sports.
Motherfucking sports.
Hey, it's motherfucking sports, motherfuckers. What's up? It's the Thick Eye Bandit. Let me kick it off to my dog, representing 985 and the 225. EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir. What it do, boy?
Man, it is going down like 9 elephants on the elevator. You heard me, dog. Check it out.
That's
Representing the 504 off the West Bank.
That's just nasty. Oh my God.
Hey, man, hold on. Representing off the 504 off the West Bank, the Ross Clyde Bumper Clyde Jamaica, you know, Beanie Man, a.k.a. Mr. Headquarters. What up, homie?
Fired.
You heard me. It's motherfucking sports.
What's happening with y'all motherfuckers?
I don't know. I can't get that image out of my head right now. The 9 elephants in that. That's just nasty. That's just nasty. Oh my God.
EJ is thinking about
bro, this is what he do. This is what he do.
And water buffaloes and nipple Oreos.
Bro, nipple Oreos ain't got nothing to do with 9 elephants in the elevator.
Make
Nipple
sure
Oreos ain't got nothing to do with this.
Make sure y'all check out the motherfucking podcast only on the motherfuckingpod.com. Make sure y'all check out all our available episodes. We just wrapped up season 3, so make sure y'all go check it out on all audio podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Pandora, the Black Podcast app. The list goes on, so make sure y'all go check us out. Also, download all the additional episodes. 36 episodes in total of the main show. 22 special feature episodes as well, and more coming. So make sure y'all go check it out, and also make sure you get the merch. Make sure you get the merch. I'm rocking the black and white. Me and Thick Eye Bandit got the black and white hats on. EJ the DJ got the black and red on. Make sure y'all also go get the NOLA edition and represent the Saints, the city of New Orleans. So make sure y'all go get the hats, support the crew, and also you can also join our patron group. Also only starting at $1 a month. So make sure y'all check us out only on the motherfuckingpod.com.
Yo, fellas. Big day in sports today. Big sports day today. Can we get a sound effect, Headquarters? Ladies and gentlemen, the big shocking trade. The Denver motherfucking Broncos and the Seattle motherfucking Seahawks have reached an agreement. Russell Wilson, it is no longer sleepless in Seattle.
He's
going to the Mile High City.
Seahawks acting like that boy off Castaway.
Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson. Wilson floated his ass off. Wilson!
Seahawks fans right now are sad as a motherfucker right now.
Wilson!
Man, I don't know what to say. I mean,
I'm sorry, Wilson.
It's an automatic rebuild now.
Man.
I'm sorry, Wilson.
Think about the run that the Seattle Seahawks have had with Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? They reached a few Super Bowls, multiple NFC championship games. You know what I'm saying? It was a toss-up always between them and San Francisco. They had a hell of a run, one of the best defenses. Some painful memories against the New Orleans Saints, but we're not gonna get into that.
Beast mode. Oh my God.
We're not getting into that. We should have never been on the road.
Part 1, part 2.
They was 7-9. We was 11-5, but that's another story.
Right. Another day.
But yeah, man. Just what up, every crew member out there? Man, we just thinking about the time that Seattle has had, fellas. What's y'all best memories of Russell Wilson being in Seattle, taking the charge as the leader of the Seahawks?
You go ahead, EJ.
Well, for me, I mean, to me, Russell Wilson has shown that not only that he can play in this league, but at the same time, he's the one thing that stood out to me was he is actually one of the most cerebral quarterbacks that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that boy analyzes everything, knows what to do in certain situations. And ever since he won his first Super Bowl, you could see the progression just getting better and better and better every year. That's why he's earned the name Dangerous. Now, of course, he would have won a second ring had not been for a dumbass coach, but that's another story for another day. I'm going to save that one for myself.
Run the damn ball.
Okay. Yeah. But once again, that's a story for another day. But shout out to Russell Wilson for going to a class organization in the Denver Broncos. I will say Denver Broncos is one of the more classier organizations next to Baltimore Ravens as well, too. So he should be fine. I think they'll give him enough support and try to beef up that defense a little bit more to where they could probably make a run for it. Now, it's going to be hell because now, Russell, you in the AFC. Boss man's favorite quarterback is still over there in Patrick Mahomes, boy. You got Josh Allen who stepped up. You got Joe Burrow who stepped up, and you still got Lamar Jackson over there. So you got 4 quarterbacks all wanting to vie to get that ring. And of course, you got a beast of a running back in Derrick Henry still up in there. King Henry still running things down there, AFC as well. So you're gonna have a tough task in that AFC. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowded AFC West. You got you mentioned your favorite quarterback from the Chargers. You got Justin Herbert over there.
That too.
You got
in that
Lamar,
division.
like you said, Patrick Mahomes, and now Russell Wilson. That might be the most toughest division, quarterback wise, team wise, division wise. I mean, it might be early, but I mean, it's hard to argue with it right now to say that it might be the best division in football right now going into the NFL draft.
And to be honest, you mentioned, I forgot to mention Justin Herbert, but that's my bad. I also know about Patrick Mahomes in that same division. But that Raiders versus Broncos game, that's going to be strapped. That's going to be, you got to strap your helmet tight because that's Derek Carr versus Russell Wilson, and that's going to be a head-on collision because now Derek Carr has somewhat broken the mold that he can lead a team into the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that as well, too.
I misspoke. I said Lamar Jackson. I meant to say the Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Derek Carr. But yeah, I still think this is a tough division in AFC West. Regardless, between them, the AFC West and the AFC North.
Yeah.
Even with the Cleveland Browns still in there in the mix somewhere, I think the West edges them out a little bit Because
Man, stop with the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are the Browns, boss man. Come on now. The Browns are the Browns. They showed y'all who the Browns.
I will say that it's a nice look. It's the right move in the right direction. Russell Wilson is going to change some things. He's going to be a leader in that locker room. He's what you need for Denver and that young team that they got. They got a lot of young guys on that offensive front. So I think it's the right move. Did they give up a lot?
Yes, they did.
They gave up a lot.
According to the details of this trade, of course, Denver Broncos get quarterback Russell Wilson, and they got a 4th round pick out of the deal. Meanwhile, Seahawks, you get quarterback Drew Lock. You get defensive lineman and Shelby Harris, he's pretty nice with it. I ain't gonna lie, coming off that edge, he's pretty nice with it. You get tight end Noah Fant, 2 first-round picks, a 2022 second-round pick, a 2023 second-round pick, and a 5th-round pick.
You can do a lot with that.
You can do a lot with that. So I would say, yeah, the Seahawks definitely won out of that trade, but I'ma still say that's why I say it really didn't make no sense, because I don't see Drew Lock as a starting quarterback at all.
So now you got draft capital. So
you got draft capital.
Pick it up. You pick it up in the draft.
Yeah.
You know, so you know you got a competition now. Okay, you got assets. You can rebuild this team. You got a tight end in Noah Fant that has a high ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So you have some pieces there. It's just, is Pete Carroll gonna learn to do the right thing when you got somebody who can run this offense? Pete Carroll, is it style? Is it system? Or do you think the more creative side saying that if I gotta have somebody with this talent level of Russell Wilson who can run the offense, who can kind of just say, Pete, kind of stay out of the way, let me get the guys in position in the pieces that I need around me. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all not doing this thing, then you know, we seen this great quarterback come out of the building. What am I going to do as a first year guy here? What kind of leader, what kind of command that he's going to give this guy, you know, starting this brand new chapter in Seahawk football?
And that's the thing. I really don't see Drew Lock as a leader. He really looks like, even when he's still in Denver, he looks like a guy, if you just give him the play, he just gonna do it. He ain't gonna really make nothing happen. He really not gonna put forth effort. He's just gonna go with the plays that are called.
So it's not about Drew Lock.
Yeah, it's got to be not about Drew Lock.
I think it's obvious that Seattle's gonna probably draft a quarterback here. They move up to the 9th spot for what Denver was. I would be on the lookout for, they have that Ole Miss quarterback,
Matt Corral.
Yeah,
and you got if a lot of people have him slated early, but if he falls, Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh might be an option too. They have a few questionable. There's no quarterbacks in this draft that people have been saying, oh, that's the guy. That's leading this class, really like talking about. You know, everybody has a different opinion, seems like. It looks like Kenny Pickett might be like the front runner as far as who can be the first one taken. I remember you mentioning the other quarterback last week, the guy bad. I think it was
don't forget about Malik Willis.
Yeah,
don't forget about him right out of Liberty, man. I mean,
so
kid got a cannon.
I think it's obvious that, in my opinion, I think that they're gonna take one of those 3 or 4 quarterbacks that's available. You got Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, Malik Willis. I feel like there's another quarterback in there I'm forgetting about. But that's the main 3. So at the 9th pick, I don't see. I can see one of them quarterbacks falling right there. So I don't know which one the Seattle's really watching over. But what y'all think? Who y'all think is the best out of those 3?
I really can't say.
If I'm picking at 9,
yeah.
I mean, shit. You got to go. In my opinion, I'm going Malik Willis. That's the route I'm taking. Mm-hmm. I want a mobile guy, but also want a guy that can. You're gonna be playing in the rain. you're going to need a big arm. You're going to need somebody who can be able to drive the ball to DK Metcalf in bad conditions. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to be able to deal with it. And I think the kid is built for it. I think so. My humble opinion.
I really can't say as far as like which quarterback I would take, because to me, at this point, so many people got so many accusations and so many high grades on quarterbacks these days. I mean, last year, look at it. I mean, they had such a high grade on most of these quarterbacks, and most of the quarterbacks didn't really live up to expectations.
This draft class isn't that deep at quarterback.
No, it's not. But to be honest, like I gotta see where they go and what they're gonna do to put these quarterbacks in positions to succeed. I have to see it. So I'm gonna hold off on my pick. I'm gonna hold off.
I've been seeing the Saints being connected to the North Carolina quarterback too, Sam Howell, at the 18th pick. Uh, so there's quarterbacks in this class. It just depends on what do you think of them as
Right.
moving forward. So there's going to be some quarterbacks taken in this first round. I think,
Especially with the 18th, especially with us with the 18th pick. I mean, what can you get at this point? We can get what you can get.
Man, you get some badass wide receivers that you can get on the outside. You can get you a couple wide receivers from out of Ohio State who run collectively 4.2 or 4.3 40s. You got the kid from Baylor. You know what I'm saying? You got some wide receiver talent at 18. You don't have to trade up for any of them. And if you do trade up, you might can get a pick from Jacksonville, slide up to 14, snag somebody. Or you can stay put in, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got wide receiver galore right here. You're not going to miss on any one of them.
That's what I was about to say. Wide receivers is galore in this draft. So anybody can get picked up anywhere and go succeed. It all depends on where they're going and who the quarterback is, of course.
Who's the quarterback and where they fit in with the organization? So we already know you can almost re-pencil in Michael Thomas as the pseudo number one for the Saints. But we don't know how he's going to be coming back. So you have that question mark there. If they do take a receiver, they got like the guy Banner said, they got a lot to choose from. You got Traylon Burks at Arkansas. You got Drake London out of USC. For that range, I saw Jamison Williams out of Alabama too. So there's a few receivers in that area, in that range, that mid to the draft, where some of the receivers might fall. What about the number one pick though? What y'all think Jacksonville gonna do? Because
to be honest, yeah, you got your quarterback, you got your running back.
Yep.
You could go receiver, but I'm thinking because you lost Calais Campbell, you lost Jalen Ramsey, I'm thinking you might go defense.
Okay. They got better.
I think they're going offensive tackle. I think going left tackle specifically. You got to protect. You got to protect Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying?
But we just said now hold on. Even though I like that idea, you just said Teron Armstead is out there, so they may just pick up Teron Armstead.
Feel me though. But with the number one pick, just say if you take the kid out of North Carolina State. I can't recall his name at the moment. I don't want to disrespect the general.
So yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can get the kid from North Carolina State. The kid could be first pick, left tackle. Now you got somebody in the event of Teron Armstead's history of injuries. No disrespect to him. The man is a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Hell of an athlete. One of the best left tackles we've ever had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in the event, though he goes down,
you got somebody to replace him.
But you got somebody who can also help mold this number one with a guy with the talent of a Teron Armstead, which means when Teron goes to, the latter part of his career, you got this giant of a number one pick right here. Come on, man. You got the tutelage and you got the guaranteed playing time. This kid is going to be a monster for years to come. You got to protect your investment, man.
Definitely got to
Also
protect
got,
your investment.
You also got Evan Neal out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Some people I've been seeing people going back and forth between the kid Akeem from NC State and Evan Neal on their mock drafts. So it's between Akeem out of NC State and Evan Neal, from what it seems like, or maybe even Aiden Hutchinson. Like his name has been in there too in the top three because it
I,
was like
I see him
Detroit.
falling back, man.
Yeah.
You think what?
I see him falling back, the kid from Michigan.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see him falling to somewhere around 4.
Okay.
He gonna fall. He's gonna fall at this point.
Who you think Detroit's gonna take now?
I think that, hey, you might can see Detroit pick up a quarterback here. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah. Don't be surprised here.
I mean, at
You
this
don't you
point,
did you
Detroit
think the
Lions will pick
Jared
up
Goff is
anybody.
going you think the Jared Goff deal is going to be the end all be all?
Hell
Don't be
no.
We'll
surprised.
see. But hold up. Well, we'll say this: Jared Goff ain't the greatest quarterback in the world. Lord
Hell
knows.
no.
He's still young. I think if you get him with the right offensive coordinator, he might be able to do something potentially.
But it's Detroit
Am I
Lions
sold on
though.
him? No, I'm not sold on him. But he didn't. He also didn't have a lot of weapons in Detroit.
True.
The weapons he
True.
had in with the Rams, he did pretty decent. He
Okay.
wasn't terrible. He wasn't awful. He wasn't terrible. He just couldn't. He couldn't get you over the hump in the playoffs in the Super Bowl. They needed somebody to get them to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff was good enough to get you to the Super Bowl with that team because
They did get him to the Super Bowl.
great. But that's what I'm saying. He just wasn't good enough to win it for you. So I think if you put some talent around him, I think you can succeed. Uh, they didn't have shit around him in Detroit.
He's got a running back. He got DeAndre Swift. He's got a running back.
They had no offensive line.
Yeah, you
None.
can build on that old line.
Non-existent. Non-existent. Defense
Yeah, I mean,
non-existent at all.
I remember him running for his life a lot of times in a lot of those games. So
True.
Defense non-existent at all. I'm sorry.
yes,
Defense was
defense
not
need help.
existent.
So I don't know. It's pretty much whoever the best available player. If you're the Lions, in my opinion, take that person.
The
You
best
got
available. That's
a
it.
lot to choose from with the number 2 pick.
Yep. The best available.
But if all right, so let's go here. So let's go there then. So if y'all the Detroit Lions, the Jaguars takes an offensive tackle. Who y'all taking with that number 2 pick?
Shit, you could pick up the other offensive tackle. You might see both of them go 1-2 right here.
1-2?
And that would be the
Okay,
first in
that never
history
happened
too.
before.
Yeah, I think that'd be the first in history. 2 offensive linemen going in the first 2 picks.
You can very well see that.
You could very well see that. But
If thinking on the same plane, if you really say that, okay, I'm gonna put my investment in the Jared Goff, you get a left tackle. You also got another pick later on.
Yeah.
So I mean, you in good
30 seconds.
you're in a good position there to beef up that offensive line.
me with Jacksonville, like I said, you could go offensive lineman to definitely protect your investment in Trevor Lawrence. But like I said, I mean, I'm being biased. At this point, I'm being biased. I'm a defensive person. I've always been a defensive person. I'm a middle linebacker at heart. I believe defense is the key still to winning championships. So even though you want to protect your investment, you still got Teron Armstead. We'll see what happens. Of course, you picked him up in free agency, so you can go the offensive tackle route, just like Push said, to where you got a backup in case he goes down. But let's just say, for instance, let's say for the sake of argument, he stays solid, he stays healthy. Go the defensive route.
On the other side.
Go the defensive route. I mean, you lost Calais Campbell to the Ravens. You lost Jalen Ramsey to the Rams, and he got a ring out the deal. So you got to beef up that defense in some kind of way. I mean, me personally, I would start with an edge rusher. I mean, who's the best available edge rusher right now that's out?
It'll be probably your boy Hutchinson from Michigan.
There you
I
go.
mean, some people talk about the kid from Oregon. Kayvon
Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Um,
He could go one. He can go one. He can go two. He can go two to Detroit.
Yeah.
He can go to Jacksonville.
Because we just got finished saying Detroit Lions need help defensively as well. I mean, you want to protect your investment, but they need serious help on the defensive end.
Let me ask y'all this. What happens to a guy like Derek Stingley out of LSU? Where does he fall at? Being that, he coming off the injury, sat, for basically a season, now getting ready for the draft. What happens to him? How does he fall? He's still a first round pick. Is he still at top of the first round, or does he fall more to the middle of the first?
I would say he will fall just past 10. Depending on whose team wants to pick him up and who needs him.
You talking before the injury?
No, right now he's
right
slated
now.
to be. He's slated to be one of the top cornerbacks, one of the top two cornerbacks picked in the first round.
But it's kind of like that Tyrann Mathieu deal, except on a different landscape. He sat out. He got hurt. He sat out a year. Made sure he was stayed healthy and got prepared for the draft. So he could go high. I would say middle of the pack. Somebody gonna pick him up. But I'll ask you one better. At this point, with the top 10 teams in this draft, with the top 10 picks, who needs a corner at this point? Who could use a corner?
The Giants could use a corner.
I should say.
They can pick one at 5. The Jets can probably pick one up at 4. Houston could probably pick one up at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta definitely need one, but they need help everywhere else.
I was about to tell you they need help everywhere else at this point now.
Say that again.
I said the Panthers could use another one to pair up with Stephon Gilmore.
Well, they got
your
Horn.
boy J.C. Horn. He was hurt.
They got J.C. Horn, so that's locked up in the Panthers. So he ain't going to the Panthers at this point. Or they could go ahead and do that, but he'll have to play the 3 and play a slot corner. And in this league, the slot corner is premium.
Yeah, I've been seeing the Notre Dame kid Kyle Hamilton before Derek Stingley in a lot of people's mock drafts. He plays safety, but I don't know. Some of these players might be able to be interchangeable in the secondary. I don't know if Stingley could play safety. He's probably gonna be primarily corner, right? So
Stingley. See, the thing was, Stingley's a corner. He's not an anomaly like Tyrann Mathieu is, because Tyrann Mathieu could have played both corner and safety. You could put him anywhere. Hell, the man said that you could put me at linebacker, I'll make it happen. He was an anomaly.
Shutdown corner, man.
Stingley's a shutdown corner, so you would have to put him at corner.
Okay. Going back to Malik Willis, would you see a surprise in somebody taking him in the top 3 or top 5? There's gonna be
all right. Well, the anomaly that you look at in there, you look at it at Houston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, their situation.
Look at Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. What did they do to patch the quarterback hole?
Not a damn thing.
Whoever they can find to play quarterback.
Not a damn thing. That's the answer right there. They did not a damn thing. They were still hoping and praying that Deshaun Watson would come to his quote unquote senses and come back and play for them. That's what they was hoping on. But that wasn't gonna happen.
Legal issues to deal with. So and I think if I remember reading correctly, recently his upcoming trial is coming up. So
yeah, so all them teams are gonna hold off to see what's going on with these allegations.
Right. You can almost assume that, he might miss another portion of the season if this gets dragged out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I could see Houston surprising everybody and going to take a quarterback there. Because if I'm looking at their mock drafts, nobody has picked the same person for them too often in their mock draft. It's like all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't think nobody really knows what Houston's gonna do.
That nobody really knows what the hell Houston gonna do. I mean, they could
Houston
use
got so
everything
many
at this
pieces.
point. Yeah, they could use. They lost JJ Watt. They lost Javion Clowney. They had Tyrann Mathieu for a good while over there in Houston. I don't know how the hell they messed that up.
That's easy, but I'm looking at it. You got Davis Mills.
Mm.
If you looked at him down the stretch, I hate to say it, he came out of nowhere and played some ball.
He played okay, but
He played okay, but yeah,
he won them a
ain't-
couple games.
He won them a couple games,
He
but
won
he
them
ain't
a
the
couple
future.
games. So I still think that might be the team that can draft one. I think the Jets are all in on Zach Wilson. I don't
Yeah,
think
they
they're not gonna draft a quarterback here.
No.
They're gonna put some weapons around him.
No,
I don't think New York will either.
Yeah, the Giants, I think they end on Danny Dimes.
they ain't on Daniel Jones completely.
There's been some talk of moving players around over there. Even Saquon.
True. Yeah, I've been hearing that. How you feel about Carolina right here in that spot, coming in at 6? You know what I'm saying?
Taking a quarterback here. I think they will.
I can see that.
Yeah,
They need a quarterback.
they need a quarterback at this point.
Cam signed on for another year, potentially as a starter or potentially as a mentor. We don't know. I don't know. Cam might bounce back and be somebody completely different and be the old Cam. We don't know. So
It's gonna be hard.
Prove it deal.
It's gonna be hard for him to go back to that old Cam because that old Cam was something serious. I ain't gonna lie to you. The old Cam Newton was something serious. It's gonna be hard to revert back to when you used to be.
Right.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but I can see Carolina definitely going after a quarterback. They got the wide receivers, they got the running back, of course. Could you shore up the offensive line like Pudge said? Yeah, you could. So you could go once again. You could go guard at this point. Never mind offensive tackle. You could go guard, shore up that interior line. So you got plenty of options as far as Carolina, but me personally, like I said, when it comes to the top 5 picks, it's mainly a choice of, okay, what is your most important need? Houston's most important need right now is a quarterback. Whether the guy played well down the stretch or not ever, but you can clearly see he was not in their future plans. Mills was not in their future plans. They need a quarterback at this point. Jacksonville, of course, you want to protect your investment.
He's cheap.
He's cheap.
He's cheap.
There you go. Thick Eye Bandit with the cheap route.
Well, we know. Look,
the cheapest man alive. I swear to God, if he was an owner, he'd be the cheapest man alive.
So we're gonna get. That's a nice segue too. We're gonna get to ownership in the NFL too.
First question, Bud's gonna ask him how much he costs. Nah, bro, that ain't it.
So on the draft, the first round pick, the Saints. Let's get to our team.
Yeah,
the Saints got the 18th pick. They're slated. I've seen a lot of mock drafts saying that receiver or quarterback.
receiver.
Do the Saints keep Taysom Hill this coming season, or do they trade him?
You paid him all that money. Why not? At this point, you paid him all that money for a reason. So why not? You got to ride with him.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because of the fact that you have Taysom Hill is not a long-term option at quarterback, and Jameis Winston is coming back from a major surgery. Albeit he's already throwing, he's already running. So I mean, there's a lot of time between now and training camp.
And they got some other teams who might be very interested in him too.
Jameis Winston, yep.
Linked to Jameis Winston a lot. I've been seeing that a lot lately. So you got to also secure him on that front. But if it is Jameis that comes back, Do you all think the Saints take a quarterback at the 18th pick?
If they keep Jameis Winston, they're going to take a receiver. For the longest, ever since we got Mike Thomas and ever since he's been on that incredible run, the conversation was always, where is his number two? So they need a number two receiver just to take the load off of Mike Thomas. Now, here's an interesting thing too. I'm not technically really a fan of his, but he is a number two in my eyes. And that's Amari Cooper.
We can't get Amari Cooper.
Right now, you could probably get him for dirt cheap because
we can't get Amari Cooper.
He has to prove it.
Prove what? Amari Cooper got robbed. What are you talking about? Amari Cooper was the man in Dallas.
He's a good player.
But there were a lot of games that he did not show up. He's a number two receiver.
The man played hurt with a bad ankle, dog.
He was a number two receiver, dog.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's a number two.
You wilding, cuz.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I'm wilding.
Sir, you wilding. Amari Cooper's a definite number one wide receiver.
Yeah, he's okay.
You are tripping.
You're number two. I'm sorry.
You need to take your medicine.
It is interesting to hear them.
I have taken my medicine. I don't see it.
But you gotta remember the salary cap is I want to say went down, didn't it?
Bruh, Dallas got rid of dude so they didn't have to pay in upwards of $16+ million.
Now you want to talk about a team that's in salary cap hell? That's Dallas Cowboys right now.
They cleaning the house.
They also cutting ties with Lawrence.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence about to go too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's cold-blooded.
Trade him or you gonna cut him?
So
talking about Amari Cooper. So, and there's a big market for receivers. Everybody can use an extra receiver.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck who you is.
Yes.
It just depends on if they have enough money for it.
Hey, you know who got enough money for a wide receiver right now? And it would make a lot of sense.
Who that?
Jacksonville.
Well, yeah, Jacksonville probably got more money than anybody.
They got $70 million. The
money is there, but do people want to play there?
Exactly. You don't know the future of Jacksonville.
Fan base has been almost non-existent there.
Nah.
Yeah, you got to put on a winning product, but
you put some
asses in the seats over there.
You put some wins in Jacksonville. You get just assume.
How?
I'm about to tell you. Hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying that these niggas is going to Super Bowl. I'm not saying it. But what I'm saying is you put Amari Cooper with Trevor Lawrence. You give him some, you draft a key offensive tackle if you don't go to Toronto on their route. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have enough draft capital to also pick up potentially a Chris Godwin to pair up with an Amari Cooper. Now you give the young man something to come on, bro. That could be a potential 7, 8, 10 win team.
Well,
who the coach over there at Jacksonville right now?
It ain't Urban Meyer.
So no culture. So no culture at all. Okay. None.
It's a new start though.
None.
It's a new start. So
none.
You can't be
no
mad
culture.
At
nah,
no
man.
No culture, no coaching.
Sometimes spring cleaning is good, man. Get all of that old shit out the closet. Get some new gear.
I understand everything about spring cleaning. I understand that. But when you have no culture and you're uncertain
create
about
one.
Who the coach is.
Create one.
Coach is Doug Peterson. He has won a championship.
With the Philadelphia Eagles from Louisiana.
Dougie P, okay.
Doug not a bad coach, man.
No, he's not a bad coach. He's won a Super Bowl. He has a winning pedigree with him. Things just didn't end well, with him, and they chose the wrong quarterback.
Sure the hell didn't.
You know what it was about? Control.
Right.
Yeah.
Control.
Look,
you ain't gonna get no control in Philly. I'm sorry.
He has a chance to start over. You got the number one pick. You have a lot of cap space. You have a winning pedigree head coach. You got a great talent at quarterback. You got a lot of good things in your favor to build something in Jacksonville. If you put the pieces together correctly, Jacksonville should be a playoff team in the next 2 or 3 seasons, in my opinion. Uh, if they spend their money right and they do the right thing. Now, as an organization, have a history of doing shit wrongly. So, I don't know.
Culture.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey
That's why you
man,
brought it up, Peter,
AEW
to
gonna
know.
hook them up.
Really do.
Wait, say it again.
He said
AEW gonna
AEW
hook the
hook 'em up.
Jaguars up, man.
Oh
They gonna
my
have
Yeah, man. They need to do something. Shit. They sharing money
oh
between the
my
Jaguars and AEW.
good lord.
But
I'm
look,
done.
I
Shad
like,
Khan running shit.
I like, I like Doug Peterson as the coach there. I think it's a fit. Can he win there? I think he can win there. The AFC South ain't like his, you know, you got the Texans with a lot of question marks. You got the Colts with a lot of question marks. You got you got the Titans. Yeah, they was a top seed, but nobody was afraid of them. Nobody was afraid of them, especially with Ryan Tannehill. He's his other favorite quarterback at
Fuck
the
Ryan
helm.
Tannehill.
Damn, man.
I'm so angry tonight. Look,
Don't put words in my mouth. Talk about that's my favorite quarterback. Fuck Ryan Tannehill.
Damn.
look.
Ryan Tannehill gonna punch you in the
I
mouth when he see
said
you.
what
in
I
the
said.
street.
I wish he
I said
would.
what I said. Jacksonville's in the right direction. They made the right decisions so far.
I wish he would. Black people don't hope. We wish. I wish a motherfucker would.
Hell, cuz.
Shit.
All right, let me ask you this, EJ. Let me ask you this. Your draft order. Who is would you say coming out of Houston was 3. Who we got at 4? We got the Jets at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Where we going?
Well, you sticking with Russell Wilson.
The Jets.
I'm sorry. You sticking with whatever his
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
He wish he was Russell Wilson.
He wish he was right. You could go so many areas. Who they got over there at running back?
They said, "EJ, didn't you play offense at Vanderbilt?"
I sure did.
EJ with the yo. Shout out
I
to
was a
Big J.
disgruntled fullback.
Shout out to Big J.
I was a disgruntled fullback. Therefore, I was a middle linebacker.
Oh
I was a
man, I'm sorry
disgruntled
I had to
fullback.
That was hilarious. But look, I like this draft coming out. I like the fact that the Saints got a lot going on. I like the Mickey Loomis being able to pick and kind of restructure this team a little bit. I said it before. This is Mickey Loomis' team at the moment. Uh, Sean Payton is no longer there. Yeah, Dennis Allison's the coach. Uh, but we've seen him as a head coach before. Do we think Dennis Allen can succeed in New Orleans?
Absolutely can.
Yeah, I could see him
Right
succeed in New
organization.
Orleans.
Hey
Or
man,
at least the right people in the
'Cause
right
not-
key places.
Yep.
they're
And you
showing a
gotta-
level of consistency. You keeping the same terminology, the same faces, the same voice,
Talking about
the
that
same
offensive
chatter.
coordinator. Yep.
So I mean the era of familiarity, you got guys who just operate and they're not having to think. You're just being able to react and do. It's a free flowing environment. So
And
it's,
even though,
it's going to be a great setup for the Saints.
yeah, and even though the faces haven't really quite changed, but the head coach, this will be a good opportunity for Dennis Allen to coach his way. Yeah, we all know how great of a defensive coordinator he is. So the defensive presence will still be there.
He's going to be coaching the defense. He ain't shit changing.
Yeah, ancient changes, but at
Pete
the same,
Carmichael going to call the plays. Ain't shit changing.
but at the same time, he's going to have
it ain't Sean Payton
Carmichael
running the
call the
team.
plays under his philosophy now. Like, this is what we need to do. We need to run the ball more and play some defense. and pass when we need to. I think that's the approach that Dennis Allen is actually going to do as a defensive coordinator.
I don't think he's
personally
going to change. I don't think he's going to change. I don't think you're going to see change from the New Orleans Saints. Think about this, what you got. Pete Carmichael called the greatest offense that there ever was. The 2011 Saints. That's the year we lost in San Francisco in the playoffs. We overall 7,048 yards, NFL record to this day. Pete Carmichael called those plays that year. You know what I'm saying? I think you're gonna see that. You're gonna build, you got a gun. Just assume Jameis coming back. You got your number one receiver back. You get a number two in this draft. You've seen what Callaway can do as a one. Now you can play him as a three. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's what you call a mismatch on that third best corner with Callaway or Deontay Harris.
You can rotate at that point.
You can rotate.
You can rotate. Yep.
You can pick up like a Kyle Rudolph as a veteran tight end, or if you can get your hands on an OJ Howard.
Or you can go spread. Or you can go spread for wide receivers.
Who you have as the number two receiver for the Saints if Callaway's 3?
Whoever they draft will be the number 2.
Okay. You think automatically Callaway drops to 3?
Depending on who they draft.
Depending on
who they draft. Because if they draft a Chris Olave or if they draft a Garrett Wilson, I think you're going to automatically assume the role of a number 2 receiver to be one of those guys. Keyword is assume, right? Now, vice versa, you can pick up at 18, slide to 14. If you want to get another big body like a trailing, your Burks from Arkansas, if you want to get a bigger mold receiver, you can, but you already have it in the Michael Thomas. Right now, you need a little bit more diversity. You need that down the field on top of the speed that you got with a Deontay Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you can get real deadly and you can get real young real quick with this offense. You can do some dangerous things. So that's just me.
Gotcha. All right. So who do y'all have? Who do y'all have? Well, do y'all have the Saints making a trade up in this draft at all? Because we've seen them be aggressive before, especially when they really, really like a player. The Saints have been known to move up in the draft a lot. Do y'all see that happening this year?
To be honest, not really. I think they're going to just stay where they're at and let the chips fall where they may. They're probably going to not do any type of big moves right now. They're just going to let the chips fall where they may at this point. That's just me. They're just going to let the chips fall where they may.
Looking at the Saints and how they draft, they've never been big on quantity. They've never been big on having a lot of draft picks. They trade picks all the time. They move around. They get real aggressive. They can probably be doing something totally left pace of what we common folks think that they might do. Just think they picked up Cesar Ruiz when we all thought they were going Patrick Queen. You know what I'm saying? Just 2 years ago. They can probably pass on a wide receiver and potentially pick up a left tackle, like that Penning kid out of Northern Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Like they can do something far left like that. So it wouldn't shock me if they did. But I think as far as reaching with the capital, they could probably go as high as 14. I don't think they can go anything higher than that.
And Loomis has been particular going against the grain a lot of times. They don't usually pick what they have projected for that spot for them a lot of times. So, yeah, I have no problems with Mickey Loomis. I think he's going to draft good. He normally does.
In Loomis, we trust.
He seems to draft better defensive players in the past few years, recently, over offensive players. So, but we definitely need some help on offense now. We could use a receiver. I think adding another quarterback in there to push Jameis too, to somebody that can potentially, not say have him looking over his shoulder, but add that extra edge to him that he needs to have. I feel like he's
So
missing that extra edge to his game that he doesn't really have.
so what does that say to Ian Book and the pick from Notre Dame that you got just this past season? Are you
Ian
saying,
Book's
you know
not
what, we're just gonna scrap that project?
Ian Book ain't gonna be hit out. I don't think so.
The number one, to be honest, Pudge, I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to Ian Book, he made the cardinal sin when he got his opportunity. You cannot stare down a wide receiver, man. You can't just do that.
Nobody blocking for him.
He had you, but you can't stare down. You can't stare down a wide receiver. You at least have to stand. You were taught that in high school.
I don't think he had enough time. He got the shit kicked out.
And I want to say he had people out for COVID that week too, right?
Yeah, we had 23 players. That was league record.
I'm sorry, you can't stare down a wide receiver.
I was against him from the beginning. If he would have played even just halfway decent, I would have been happy with that. But that was the type of season we had last year. Before we finish up with NFL, last thing, how did y'all feel about? I know we talked about it briefly, but Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay. Y'all surprised? Not surprised?
Hell no, I'm not surprised.
Not surprised.
Hell no, I'm not surprised. That man got that team hostage.
200 mil.
That man holding Packers franchise hostage.
Hey, shout out to him. He got it.
Definitely the highest paid quarterback.
That just tells you
regular season wise.
That just tells you Jordan Love is definitely not ready.
I don't think he was ever the plan in the first place.
I don't think he was ever the plan in the first place. They just did that just to piss him off.
He was a sacrifice.
Look, man, that was him trying to play hardball. So,
Oh
yeah, you're gonna do what? We're gonna draft this guy. Really?
Don't you be the problem. That's what they
really
said. Don't you be the problem.
All right.
Really? Hey kid,
2 MVPs.
No offense, but
your ass ain't ready.
All right. Well, moving on to the NBA. Switching gears, NBA. Oh wait,
moving along.
Wait, before we finish up with the NFL, I forgot. Antonio Brown was in the news again.
Oh my goodness!
Ironically, with the Broncos. He already stated that he wanted to play in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. But recently he said he wants to own an NFL team and wants to get together with Kanye West and a bunch of other investors to purchase the Denver Broncos. What do y'all think about that?
Go Pudge. I'll just say what I gotta say afterwards.
If that type of money and he's got the enough backing and the power to get it done, I say fuck it. Why not?
He obviously, even if he did pull it off, he wouldn't even be a majority owner anyway.
Nah, but still though.
Minority owner.
But still though, just that's almost a sweet victory almost in a way,
Kanye West as the owner of Broncos.
That'll be
interesting.
Why not?
It'd be interesting.
Why not?
It definitely would be headlines, to say the least. I have nothing to add to it besides it would be interesting. I like Kanye, but yeah,
you have to be let in.
He definitely got to be let in.
Somebody at one point in time, somebody got to be the person to walk through the door.
You have to be let in.
Somebody got to walk through the door.
Because you know what the NFL is, Pudge. Don't you act like you don't know what the NFL is. You have to be let in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
but imagine that though. Jay-Z gets in the door with the NFL as I can't remember the exact title he has with the NFL, but he works with them.
Yeah, you can't remember the exact title.
I don't remember the name.
What title does he have? And no changes has been made. You have to be let in.
So, well, hey, I mean, the door is open right now. I mean, we just had.
And Pudge is laughing because he know where I'm going. You have to be let in.
I'm
Hey,
just
but
saying, a lot of changes is going on in the NFL, and rightfully so. It needs to.
You
Like
have
the
2022.
listen, but just to be in consideration, just to say, do you have the power and the money to even attempt that type of, you know what I'm saying?
That type of power grab, yeah.
Yeah, bro, that say a lot, bro. It
Yeah, I
says a
mean, shout
lot.
out to Kanye.
I
He got
get everything
he
y'all
got the
say.
bread.
My brothers, my dear brothers, I get everything y'all are saying. I do.
Okay, what you say?
You have to be let in.
But somebody also has to be the first.
Look,
You have to be.
I'm saying it's interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
The
We can
NFL
always come
is
back
not
to this.
going to change.
But I always thought, I still think it was funny that the fact that Antonio Brown wants to be an owner. I don't know about
That'd
that
be
part.
poetic
You
justice.
bust out laughing when you heard that story. Be honest, boss man. You bust
I thought
out
it was,
laughing when
I
you
thought
heard
it was
that
fake.
story.
I thought it was. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was fake. When I saw Antonio Brown wants to be an owner, I was like, okay,
You said
cool.
fake news.
I didn't say fake news. That was funny.
Don't believe the fake news.
I was like, hey man, they used to wearing the red hats over there. That's them. Uh, but
You going by Denver? Really?
well, I
No,
mean,
he talking about over here.
Kanye West. Uh,
Kanye, you going by Denver? Really? Okay.
Man, you know, come
hey
on, bro.
man, he's already
You,
spent a lot of time in Wyoming. Why not? He close.
You true.
So I ain't putting nothing out of the possibility. Uh,
The NFL
especially when
is
people
not
got a lot
going
of
to
fucking money,
change.
way more than I could ever say. In this instance, um, so Kanye West is walking in doors that I'm sure he never thought he could walk through. $1 billion get a lot of doors open for you. I don't care who you is.
You have
Uh,
to be let in.
but
$1
also
billion.
NBA.
You have to be let in.
We heard you. The NBA.
I see. You know what? Let me stop.
The
I'm
NBA.
about to get real. I'm about to get real.
EJ finally
You,
started smoking.
you say you see dead people?
No.
EJ finally must have started smoking the weed.
No.
I think he just high as hell.
No. I'm not high. I'm trying.
I've been trying for
I
forever.
swear.
Man.
I was about to go a little bit too personal, but you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let's move it along. Going to the NBA.
Say what you gonna say, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not about to have us
Don't
get
hold
off the
back,
air.
shit.
Nope.
All right, well, moving on.
Because everybody in them comments probably knew what I was about to say. It wasn't gonna be dead people.
NBA. I wanted to talk about some
Damn,
things.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
We got almost less than 20 games left in the NBA for most teams. We also have a lot of teams jockeying for position, playoff spots. The Lakers up and down, looking like a play-in team. The Sixers looking like they catching fire at the right time.
Absolutely.
Pelicans were playing well before recently.
Too
Got
straight.
themselves in the 10th seed right now in the play-in game. Uh, it's interesting. The Bulls have been free falling. Look at these standings right now. I'm looking at the East, and the Bulls have dropped all the way to fourth, and on a 5-game losing streak. I've always said the Bulls were fool's gold.
But look who's number 2 and number 3, 76ers and Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee. I told Milwaukee is gonna hang around. They're tied for the suit. They're tied for number 2. The Heat are on top with somewhat of a comfortable lead at the number 1 seed.
And Boston's still in it now. Boston and caught fire.
Right. You got Miami at number 1, Philly at 2, Bucks at 3, Bulls at 4, Celtics at 5. The Cavs have fallen down to 6, the Raptors at 7, and the Nets holding on for dear life at number 8. They just got into the 8 seed tonight with a win. And the Hornets and Hawks on the play-in spots. Now in the West, it looks like the Phoenix Suns gonna take the number 1 seed easily. They got 8 games up on Memphis. who had a big ass win tonight on our Pelicans. It was not close from the beginning of the quarter, first quarter to the ending. Uh, Memphis moves into the number 2 seed. The Warriors now fall into the 3rd seed with 5 straight losses. The
Don't count
Cavs
them
at
out just
4,
yet. Don't count them out just yet.
the Mavericks at 5, the Nuggets at 6, the T Wolves at 7, and the Clippers at 8. I don't know how the fuck the Clippers have been holding on, uh, other than they just have a good coach.
Yeah.
And Reggie Jackson has turned it on, uh, especially against the Lakers the other night. But the Lakers and Pelicans finishing up at the 9 to 10 seeds. So it's looking like the East is definitely stronger than the West this season. You have the Warriors are still not even at full strength. So I feel like the Warriors are kind of like sleepwalking a little bit.
Don't count them out just
Draymond
yet.
has been hurt. Clay has been playing on minutes
Yeah.
restriction. James Wiseman has not played a single game this season. I don't think he's going to play at all this season.
And Steph Curry been in a slump.
And Steph, Steph just needs his running mate with him at full strength. And I don't think Clay is at full strength yet.
Nah, not yet.
Especially with Draymond out, they don't have that main point guard right now. I know Curry's listed as the point guard, but everybody knows Curry's not a point guard. He's probably more of a 2 guard than a point guard. He plays off ball a lot, and that's the reason why he's kind of like Reggie Miller at that, but he's just smaller.
Yeah.
I would say he's better. He surpassed Reggie Miller. And speaking of that 3 point with Reggie Miller, James Harden tied the 3rd all time with Steph. James Harden tied Reggie Miller 3rd all time on the 3 point list in the NBA. I didn't check. That was last night. I didn't check to see if he hit any tonight to pass it up. But let's take a look at the games though. We had 6 games tonight. The Grizzlies, like we said, took care of the Pelicans 132 to 111. The Cavs beat the Pacers. The Nets beat the Hornets. The Suns beat the Magic. The Bucks murdered the Thunder 142 to 115. And the Warriors are currently winning on the Clippers right now with about a minute and a half to go in the fourth quarter. 102 to 89. They look like they're gonna probably win that game. So break their losing streak. So with that being said, all these different standings and everyone trying to get into the playoffs. MVP. MVP. Who do y'all have as the MVP of the league at this point?
Number five competitors, please.
I can throw some names at you. I mean, Embiid,
DeMar DeRozan, Ja,
Jokic, yeah,
Jokic, Joel Embiid,
Steph Curry.
and Giannis. But you got some honorable mentions too.
Yeah, I would say Luka can be thrown in there too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's at the top, but he's definitely around there.
Joel Embiid's been playing out of his damn mind.
Yep.
I would say Joel Embiid. I love John Morant's game. I really do. But my head telling me they probably going to give it to Jokic. They probably going to give it to Jokic.
You think Jokic going to win it back to back?
They probably going to give it to him. Now, if they give the Ja or Joel Embiid, hey, I stand corrected. More power to them. If they give it to anybody else, I'll be surprised. But if they give it to Jokic, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be.
All right.
Despite where Denver's currently at right now.
The man getting 25 points a game, dog. I mean, he gonna get it. He gonna get it. But I think John Morant deserved that motherfucker, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I.
Y'all both think Jokic gonna get it again?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
he
Joel Embiid has been playing out of his mind. He has.
That's your true MVP.
That is your
Joel
true
Embiid.
MVP.
That's my MVP.
Ja Morant,
Joel
like
Embiid
you
is the
said,
true MVP.
Ja Morant deserves that MVP
I
the way
think
he's
Ja
been playing.
deserves.
But if you're gonna go with who is going to get the MVP, it's Jokic.
Fucking Jokic.
Jokic
Nah,
gonna
I
get
think
it.
I
Embiid's
can
gonna
see
win
that.
it. They're the number 2 seed right now. He also leads the league in points. The only person second behind him is LeBron in the points scoring title.
And don't get me
And he's
wrong,
also a walking double-double. So
he's an honorable mention too. LeBron James is an honorable mention. He's been
No,
playing at
LeBron-
his
not
age.
this
He's
year.
been playing.
no, not as a playing team. You gotta also look at the standards too. The standards kind of have a major part in it, even though it shouldn't.
Right.
But based off of history, uh, I'm gonna say that it's in Embiid's favor a lot. Because that James Harden trade came late in the season. He was already doing that thing.
But you got to
So
think about it from this perspective. Before James Harden got there, he was playing out of his mind.
right. And Jokic team has just been they haven't been winning as much. They're number 6 seed right now. Now if they finish in the top 4, then I would say okay maybe. Based on how those writers put out there. But in my opinion, I say Embiid should be number 1. I think Ja Morant maybe number 2
Should be.
potentially. But I would also put Luca over Ja, only because of the fact of what he has to do overall for the team.
But like you
Without
said,
Luca,
boss.
the Mavericks don't go anywhere.
But
Period.
like you said, boss, should be Joel Embiid.
It should be Embiid.
Should be Ja Morant. He deserves a shot.
I think DeMar DeRozan is a nice feel good story, but it ain't happening. That ain't happening.
It ain't happening. Jokic's gonna get it. I'm sorry to tell you that. Jokic's gonna get it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked.
It's Embiid's. I think it's Embiid's trophy to lose at this point. All he has to do is just do what he's been doing all year long. He just dropped like damn near 50 the other night with James Harden. He was going crazy the other night. I can't remember.
If the NBA do the right thing, to Joel Embiid to have the damn trophy.
I'm calling it here. Embiid wins the MVP.
Okay. We'll see what
Embiid
happens.
wins it. I'm willing to put a bottle bet on it.
I like bottles.
Oh, who about that action?
I
You
be
know
about
what?
that action.
You know what?
Let's get in it.
You know what?
Embiid.
I could
Okay.
use another. I could
And
use
he gonna
another
win a
bottle.
scoring title.
I could use another bottle of Crown Royal.
Yeah, he gonna win
All
the
right.
scoring title.
Name your player.
Oh, and he gonna you doubling down, and he gonna win the scoring title. Well, that's a given. Yeah, he's gonna definitely gonna win the scoring title. But yeah,
Jokic ain't nowhere close.
no. But okay, yeah, that's a bottle bet. I'll definitely get in on it.
All right.
I'm about.
All right, who you picking? Who you taking?
I'm taking Jokic. I'm taking Jokic.
I love this bet, by the way.
Hey,
I just want to say that.
this is a
You want to
bet.
get in on this thing I banded?
Hell no.
Hey, you know what,
Boo.
boss man, I will tell you this.
You
This
over
is
here
a
blue
bet.
balling all this. You made it seem like you about to join it. Look, man.
Boss man, listen.
MVP.
This is. I will say this, just because we're on live and this will be
Yep.
recorded. This is a bet I am happy to lose. I want Joel Embiid to win it, but I will not be surprised if they give it to Jokic. I won't be surprised. Just don't be surprised if they give it to
like
Jokic.
losing, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But,
All right. You heard it here first. He don't like losing. Well, be prepared to cry like a baby when you lose. Why did they give it to Joel Embiid? Why did they do it?
I'm also looking at let me pull it up here. Rebounds. Embiid is also averaging a double-double at
Of course.
29.7 points a game, almost 30, might as well say 30 points a game, and 11 rebounds a game.
Yes.
Giannis, by the way, has played more games 29.4 points per game, 11 and a half rebounds, more rebounds. So don't count Giannis out either.
No, no,
Nobody said Giannis in that mention.
not that we did not. We did not. But I will not count him out neither. I will not count him out.
Jokic is averaging 25.9 points a game, uh, 13 rebounds, 8 assists.
Consistently.
So yeah, but
That's
I think the team success is going to hurt him in the long. That's the only reason why I didn't pick him.
and it could very well be true. But as you said, he's averaging 25, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. The key word, consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is key, as we all in this group like to say. So you sure you don't want to renege on that bottle bet? So you sure you don't want to renege on that bottle bet, boss man?
No, I ain't changing shit.
Oh, you okay? All right.
Embiid.
I'm just making sure. You got time to renege. You got time to
Embiid was
renege.
Sad, very sad. When
Damn.
he found out Rihanna was
This is
pregnant.
not spades. We ain't got the fourth person to play those spades. You can renege.
Ain't nobody reneging. Who said that?
Okay.
I like my bottle with Hennessy on it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you. I got
Just
you.
want to throw that out there. Either
I got
Hennessy or Don Julio is a second tier option.
You getting Hennessy. I'm telling you that right now. I ain't got the funds to get Don Julio. I'm telling you that now. You getting Hennessy.
they was the
Plain Hennessy. You get what you get from me. I'm sorry.
You don't get the plastic bottle. It just goes. It's gonna say liquor on it. It ain't gonna say. It ain't gonna specify nothing.
We didn't say how much. We just said a bottle.
If you expect to get brand names from me, you out your
You
damn
don't
mind.
get that can be pint. You gonna get the little setup. Like, is this nigga drinking old granddad out
You
here?
you be looking to get a flash from my ass. I'm telling you that.
That nigga's in a flash. Boy, you old. Look.
He put it out of cowboy boot.
How y'all feel about the Pelicans' chances in the playoffs? How y'all feel
Playing
about the
game wise, I think is playing the fucking Phoenix Suns. If they can steal a game, God bless them.
but from what I understand, when I pull it up here, I actually did some research.
I was wrong. You was right.
Yeah, Minnesota and LA Clippers will play to get the 7th seed.
Yeah.
Los Angeles and New Orleans will actually play to get the 8th seed.
Correct.
So you got to face New Orleans again.
Very interesting.
Do you see
if New Orleans gets to the 9th seed, they will host that game.
Well, here's the thing. The man with the thick eyes in the business said he would have to rather take his chances with Clippers than with New Orleans.
No, I feel the same way.
And my rant for today, I'm telling you now, Russell Westbrook, you don't like the name Russell Westbrook? Come to New Orleans.
Oh, no, we good.
Come to New Orleans.
No, and look.
Nah. Time out. This is my rant. This is my rant right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you get there. Hold up. I want to say this before you get to your rant.
Yeah.
I want to say this. Russ is still a great talent, a future Hall of
fucking
Famer,
right?
former MVP. The man deserves a little bit more respect than he's been given lately. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, man, get that man his respect, bro.
I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit. And the reason why I'm not giving them respect is
Oh
because
shit.
see this right here. The shout out to Uncle Dolomite. You know, I got some information because he's verified from California, of course. Shout out to Too Much Game Podcast for giving me this bit of information. This man is from Long Beach, California. Now, according to Uncle Dolomite, there is 2 parts to Cali. Now, you got the Rolling 60s and you got the insane Crips out there. But according to him, anybody from Long Beach is considered weirdos. which explains a lot. Which explains some of the stupid shit that comes out of his mouth. Now, the reason why I'm split on this is because while I don't like the fact that his family has been getting death threats, whoever's doing that needs to stop. Y'all going too goddamn far. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that right now. You're going too goddamn far. But your ass ain't getting a pass on this, Westbrook, because of the way you've been playing. And then you come out on live television and not only say the sun will rise if you do not win a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers, but this is the team that you grew up watching. And then on top of that, you come out and say you had no championship aspirations now that you done joined the Lakers. I hate to put him on the spot, but one of our illustrious crew members is not only a New Orleans Pelican fan, but he is also LA Lakers fan. Sir, could you please explain to me what is the aspirations of Los Angeles Lakers? Thick Eye Bandit?
Win championships.
And you have no championship aspirations, Wes?
That's a lie. I think every NBA player has dreams of being NBA champion.
No. Hold on. This is my rant. This man ain't lying. Everything that comes out of his mouth, that's from his heart. Okay. And then on top of that, not only do you come out and say all those things, but now you come out and say, man, that Westbrook chant is really, really getting on my nerves. I really don't like that nickname. You know, it's messing me with my game. Do you realize you just opened the floodgates to your own personal hell every time you go into a away game? That's why I said, you know damn well, y'all are from, where exactly are you from, boss man? In New Orleans? West Bay, correct? Where exactly are you from, Thick Eye Bandit, in New Orleans?
I'm from the West Bay.
Okay, so y'all know New Orleans pretty well, correctly?
Yep.
Do they give a fuck about anybody named Russell Westbrook? They're going to use that nickname to the 10th degree.
Pelicans fans?
Yes. Because you're coming down to New Orleans on the last game.
You put alcohol in people's hands, people are gonna say some crazy shit at an arena game. Yes,
exactly.
That's any stadium though.
Exactly. So where do you get off saying you don't like the nickname? The only reason why they're saying it is because every time you shoot, it's a brick.
He has some shooting issues. Yes.
Shooting issues. You gonna go light. You gonna light today, huh, boss man? Nah. I need you to be boss man. I need you to be Mr. Headquarters. The man shoot like shit.
I like Westbrook.
Hey, bro.
I don't have a lot of hate for Westbrook.
I don't hate the man, but at the same time, it explains
the way you talk about him. You talk about him like you're trying to kill him.
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just explaining to him in some type of way, because apparently this man is from Long Beach. Apparently there's two sides to Long Beach. He from the other side, which explains a lot. Reason why he dressing up every time. I mean, dressing.
I will now. That's a whole
dressing.
That's a whole
dressing.
I can't condone the look.
Think I better you looking at me like this. Do you respect the man that wears a dress?
The man want to wear that. That's his prerogative.
I'm not talking about the way that man dressed. I'm
not talking about
the way that man dressed.
That's a whole nother story. Look, if he wants to wear that, that's on him.
Oh, y'all gonna be nice. Oh, y'all gonna be nice. Oh, y'all gonna be nice today. Y'all gonna be nice today. This is the motherfucking podcast, and y'all gonna be nice. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all gonna leave me hanging. Y'all gonna leave me hanging. Oh, okay. All right. I will say
this: Westbrook has been really bad this season. As far
as
his field goal percentage, his 3-point percentage, his free throw percentage, he has not shot the ball very well this season.
Bottom.
It's not has been a good season for him at all. You are correct.
Bottom.
This is also the first season of them being together. I don't know why, and LeBron should understand this more than anybody. And I'm not saying that he's the one that's pushing this narrative, but I've seen this narrative under a LeBron-led team before. when he was in Cleveland the first time, it was I didn't have enough help. When he was in
Ding, ding,
Miami,
ding, 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 ding,
when he was
ding.
in Miami, it was Chris Bosh. When he went back to Cleveland, I don't have enough help again.
Ding, 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 ding,
He
ding,
went to
ding, ding.
LA, it was they won. Well, first when he first got to the first season, I don't have enough help as these young guys. They make the
Ding, ding,
trade,
ding,
they
ding,
win
ding.
next season. Uh, they had a rough season last year. Uh, some blame went to Anthony Davis. Some blame went to Russell Westbrook this season. So the narrative, whether it's fair or not, is going to be pushed upon you if you play poorly. Period.
Yes.
You get paid a lot of money to do a particular job that a lot of people are not privileged to be able to play. So
You
yeah,
didn't have
some of the
Ru-
criticism. Hold up, some of the criticism is warranted. Yes, I will agree. But the stuff with the family stuff that's crossing the line. Calling
I
him
just said
Westbrook,
that.
calling him Westbrook during the game, that's fair game to me. As a fan, I ain't saying you get the right to call people whatever you want, but it's not like it's a derogatory.
But here's
It's
the
not like
thing
I'm calling
though.
him anything out of it.
But here's the thing though. I need you boys to understand something. Here's the thing.
What's up?
Did he have a problem with people calling him Mr. Triple Double? Did he
No,
have a problem with people calling him Brody?
no,
Did he have a problem with people calling him West Beast Brook?
no.
But you got a problem with people calling you West Brick.
Man, I didn't see the whole
If you
press
could take the
conference.
praise,
Well,
take
hold
the
up. I
criticism.
didn't see the press conference. I didn't see the question that they asked him. So I don't know if the reporter was baiting because that does happen. But has Russ taunted other players before in the past? Yeah, looking right here. He has rocked the baby before on people all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So uh so like I said, with the Westbrook, that's fair game in my opinion. The family shit, that's all that's pushing it.
That's all. I
That's
just
crossing
said
the line.
that. That's off limits. I
So
said that.
I'll leave it at that. I think he deserves some of the criticism. I don't think he deserves all of it. This Lakers team it was built weirdly with a lot of older players past their prime. Uh, and then you have Anthony Davis thrown in the mix to be the pseudo kind of leader. So I mean, this team is just was constructed weirdly. But I will say this: this was the first time a team told LeBron no. And what I mean by that is there was a lot of rumors allegedly saying that they wanted Russell Westbrook traded, and that LeBron and Clutch Sports are agitated with the Lakers. And if you paid attention to some of the back channels of the NBA and some of the things that the league puts out, especially during the All Star weekend, LeBron was doing his normal thing, which is nothing wrong with it to a degree. He was out there recruiting. He was definitely big up in other GMs out there that wasn't on his team. Uh, so he definitely was reaching out, I guess, to other people outside of the Lakers. And he also made the other comment, "Hey, yo, if somebody drafts my son in a couple of years, you got me as well." So there's some. We just mentioned the same thing that Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers did the same thing in the NFL. He was pushing the limit, trying to get what he wants. LeBron is no different. He's a high caliber athlete, a once in a lifetime talent. So yeah, you get a little bit of leeway when you have that extra talent. In this case, I think it kind of backfired because of the fact that they all wanted Westbrook on this team per offseason last year. They wanted this trade to happen when they traded away all their assets away for Westbrook out of Washington. So this was a trade that they wanted. I'm a firm believer if you make your bed, you got to lay in it. So at this point, the Lakers are laying in that motherfucker, and they hanging around the ninth seed right now.
But how
I
can
don't
you
think they
hold
make the
yourself?
playoffs. The Portland's not going to take over anybody. The Spurs are not going to overtake anybody to get into that playoff spot. It's the Pelicans. It's the Pelicans and the Lakers at this point with so many games left for that 9 and 10 seed. So, or even somebody else to fall into that 9 and 10 seed, maybe like the Timberwolves or Clippers. So it's a frustrating season if you're a Laker fan. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna toss it over to Thick Eye Bandit. How have you felt about this team from beginning to end?
Top to bottom, you have the individual talent that can carry a number one to a number three seed from
Right.
top to bottom with that team, as far as the type of talent you had on that team. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have cohesion, you don't have the consistency, you don't have the shooting, you see the lapses in the defense, you see the grumblings, and it's like this is not what you're used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's heartbreaking in a way because it's like all of your superheroes that you love at one time is just the passion ain't there. Don't seem like
Every night.
it,
Now LeBron dropped 50 the other night, and then the next game he didn't play.
But you heard what he
Uh,
said after that, right? The 50 came out of desperation.
well, fucking right, yeah.
Bro, desperation should have happened before the All-Star break.
I think at this point in LeBron's career, I think he's kind of realizing it too, is that he can only do so much. So he conserves energy a lot of time. So some people like that style of play, some people don't. Depends on who you ask.
Hey, all I'm
But
saying is desperation should have happened before the All-Star break. That's
I
all I
will
gotta
say
say
this:
about that.
Anthony Davis has missed a lot of time this season and last season. If he's not healthy, this team don't go far with just LeBron. They need the whole squad because they don't have a lot of uh, depth on this team. Carmelo is probably your fourth or fifth best player, maybe sixth best player on this team. Uh, at this stage of Carmelo, and I talked about this last week, Carmelo at this stage of his career, he's way past his prime. He's way past his prime. Uh, and I hate seeing him coming off the bench and just be a spot up shooter, or somebody just dancing around at the top of the key and looking for a mid range shot. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Uh, I don't know what I hate more, to see Melo coming off the bench or seeing Melo in a Lakers jersey. But that's a whole nother story. But uh, but
Oh my goodness.
as far as a person who don't like the Lakers, I love every bit of this. Uh, this don't make me not sleep at night. Like, oh shit, got the ass whooped tonight. Oh well. So uh, I have no
Lord have
gripes about it.
mercy.
I'm happy with everything that's going on. So I can't could be, this is what I asked for. So the Lakers, the 9 or 10 seed, probably probably fall into the 10 seed. If Andy Davis comes, he gonna come back before the season ends. Uh, they gonna make the playoffs. I, I I don't like I don't like the Pelicans' chances going up against LeBron, AD, and Russ in one game win all. I don't like those odds. Uh, I think the Pelicans could potentially win, but you're talking about putting people like Anthony Davis and LeBron James who play extremely great in the playoffs. I've seen CJ McCollum. I love him in the regular season. I've seen him play awful in the playoffs. So, and we don't know if Zion's going to play. We don't know what Zion looks like in the playoffs.
Hmm.
It would be his first time. We don't know what Bi looks like in the playoffs because it would be his first time. So the odds are still on the Lakers' favor. I'm still a Pelicans fan, so I'm rooting for the Pelicans, 1,000%. So there's still a chance. So I'm looking at that. I hope the Pelicans pull that shit off. I hope they beat the Lakers. I hope they get into the 8 seed. Um, and they probably gonna fucking run into the Suns in the first round, but fuck it, so be it. I'd rather see them get some playoff burn versus not getting in there at all. So and get ready for next season. They're not winning a championship this year. We all know that. They're not winning a championship this year. So I say it's all about momentum at this point. Build on what you got right now. Continue this momentum going into next season. Try your best in the fucking playoffs, and then get ready for next year. And hope that the Lakers fall all the way out of the playoffs so we can get that extra first round pick. But anyway, that's all I got to say on it. EJ, you can have the last point on it. Uh, that's all I had to add to that to the Lakers Pelicans drama.
I said my rant. I said my piece. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, one
Clutch
last
talking
thing.
about he ain't gonna talk about the way the man dresses, knowing good damn well he don't approve of that shit.
I'm talking about the way the man dressed.
When you lie your ass off.
I'm not talking about
this
that.
before. I ain't wearing that shit. I would never
Thank you.
recommend
Thank
another
you.
man wear what he wore,
Thank you.
but that's me.
He not talking about the way the man dresses. He not gonna do it. God
We ain't gotta do
damn.
that tonight.
The man changed on me. This man changed on
We
me.
ain't gotta
He
do that
ain't
tonight.
doing it.
But look,
Go to church.
Still no baseball. Sorry,
I'm not
baseball
agreeing with
fans.
that shit. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about it.
Go to church since you're not talking about it.
If you're a baseball fan, it's probably the worst time in your life right now.
Yes. No
I
baseball.
need to go to
sorry.
church.
But y'all have anything else to add before we get about it?
Yes. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, April coming around the corner. USFL's coming.
You gonna talk
Yeah,
about
the
flag football, but
USFL.
don't talk about the way Russell Westbrook dresses.
They had
Knowing
a,
good day well he don't approve of that shit.
they had a draft. Was there anybody notable taken out of this draft for the USFL?
Shea Patterson, Michigan.
All right, folks, that's it. Shea Patterson was the one. Look, we do have a side bet going too. Let's not forget about that. What
Yes,
was
we
it,
do.
over under 5 games, or was it 10 games? I can't remember.
Nah, 5 games.
5 games. Over under 5 games. I say that the USFL don't make it to 5 games. They're gonna be like the XFL. They're gonna be trading off stock. If they even have stock to hold for that, they probably not. But
We get to 6 games, baby. I'm getting the bottle. That's what I know.
And don't forget our bet. And don't forget our bet, boss
Yeah.
man. Don't forget our bet.
you get some whatever the bottle you want. But look, I see it that they ain't gonna make it. So I feel confident in this one. So I ain't tripping.
And don't forget our bottle bet, boss man.
Like I said, Don Julio or Hennessy is my preference.
Okay.
But anyway,
You'd be lucky to get that.
6 games. And on the 7th day, he drank.
Oh.
Also, the UFC 272 kicked off this past weekend.
Oh, man.
It was a lackluster main event for what most people were saying. I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
Sorry to the fight fans out there.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, if you caught it, cool. But I heard a lot of people saying that it wasn't a great fight anyway.
Trash.
With the distance though. So shout out to Covington and Masvidal. I want to say Masvidal won that game. Won that fight, right? Can't remember. But shout out to the winner. I think it was Jorge Masvidal was the winner. UFC. Yeah. My bad. It was Covington. Colby Covington won 5-round decision. So in the welterweight division. So shout out to him. Yeah, because they faces looked all beat the fuck up after that fight though. But anyway, if there's nothing else to talk about, y'all already know what it is. It's the motherfucking podcast. As always, make sure y'all check out our website, themotherfuckingpod.com. Get the merch. Get the black and white hats that me and Thick Eye Bandit are rocking right now. Get the black and red that EJ the DJ got on right now. Get the NOLA edition, the white, black, and gold version, the NOLA edition. Support the New Orleans, the Saints. Get the hat, get the merch, get the shirts, get the hoodie, get the dog tags, get the mask, protect yourself from tomorrow crime, and make sure y'all support the crew. It only costs $1 a month for our Patreon account. So make sure y'all get all the exclusive content only on the motherfuckingpod.com. Also, make sure you download all our fucking downloaded episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and the Black Podcast app. You already know what it is. Make sure y'all support the crew. Join the crew. You already know what it is. Last thoughts, fellas. They got bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, March Madness is upon thee. Make sure you go and get your bracketology and break it on down and see if you can be the one to call a complete bracket.
We might do one as well for, we'll see. We might do one for the group. EJ the DJ? Are you talking about the Seahawks fans crying for Russell Wilson? Sorry, Seahawks fans. Look, you had a great run with the Legion of Boom. Y'all cheated us out a couple playoff games, but look, there's always a new season, a new change in the going. Y'all still got y'all coach, so at least y'all got that. With that being said, Thick Eye Bandit, EJ the DJ.
Wilson!
This was the motherfucking sports live edition of the motherfucking pod.
Wilson!
The motherfucking pod.
I'm sorry, Wilson. Oh, you see that little fucking volleyball floating away, dog?